My weekend activities, and I'm going to show you guys how to replace a door lock module on a 2004 Golf. So first you're going to start by taking out the 3 T20 screws underneath the door panel. Then you remove this inner door trim by pushing it this way. It removes like that, and then you'll be able to take this out and remove this by pulling up. And then on this clip there is this tab, push that in and pull this out. Remove the 3 Phillips. There's also a T20 up here, but mine doesn't have it, so take that one out. And the rest is just clips if your car has them. Just pop them out by going around the door. Remove all the cables and the door cables. Once you got your door off, go ahead and take your door control, and we're gonna lift this window so that the T25s, I believe, are exposed here and here. Alright guys, I had to do a voiceover here, but just make sure not to loosen these bolts too much. You only need it to undo the window clamp, and then undo these 10mm bolts around the door. There's more than you see here, but that's because I'm missing some. You're gonna undo these pins as well, and then if you have this door pin installed, you're gonna have to push the boot through that door panel. Same thing you see me doing for the door pull here. And then you're gonna have to tape the window up so that way when we remove the door card, it's not hanging in the way. So once you remove all those 10mm bolts, I did roll down the window a little bit. You're gonna lift the seal around the door, in which case mine isn't so strong, but yours you might have to pry around the whole door. And you're gonna wanna pull down because we need to clear the door actuator and pull this out. Then once you pull that speaker up and out this way, be careful because there's a cable that connects to the door actuator here. So we got to pull that out before you start yanking this out. We're going to spin that inner screw there about 12 times while holding the door latch out like this. So once you do that and you're holding it in place, that should stay like that. You should be able to pull out your lock cylinder. If you get from under there, pull that out. We're gonna undo this pin here, which is just done by like a flathead, like that. Then we're gonna grab the handle, pull it towards you and out, make sure that's clear, like that. And then this should just be unclipped from the back. So once you're done there, you're good up here. Then you gotta remove these 2 M8 bolts. So before removing the top bolt, make sure you're holding the door actuator here so you don't drop the whole thing. And then just remove it like so from the door. Pull your cable through the door panel there. This clip is just pressure wedge, so we just have to wedge this apart and then this cable will pop out. To remove this clip, push in while pushing this tab back toward itself and then pull out. For reference, when you're pushing out, you're moving that little clip to clear that little ridge there. You're also going to remove this, and this is going to go on the new actuator, as well as this dust shield, and you got to just remove these clips here. Push them in and then push the shield out. If you still have this on your car, you could swap that too with the zip tie, and then this goes right back into here. So grab your new actuator, add on the previous cover, like so, and like that, and then attach this clip on the back side here. Then attach your door latch cable like that. Then snap in the cable there. Don't forget to add that little cable on the back side. And the way I took it off is the same way I'm going to put it back on. I'm going to put the cable back here. I'm going to plug this back in. I'm going to also make sure that this gets installed into the door, because last time I went to go install this, I ended up breaking this off and then I had to not have this anymore. So be careful when installing this. So if you have a second set of hands, this will come in handy because you'll definitely have to maneuver the lock module back into here, but you'll be able to do it with the little space you have. Once you do, go ahead and throw a bolt in the bottom and then try to throw one in the top, and then we're going to throw some Loctite on those bolts. I'm going to put in our handle and then test out the door. Handle goes the same way it came out, and there, make sure you put that seal in there as well. and then make sure that you're gonna want to make sure that your door handle pushes past those 2 fingers there. Otherwise, you're gonna have to take off everything and push this back on. So when you open it, you want to make sure that it catches on those 2 fingers there. And then we're going to install the lock cylinder next. So once your locking cylinder is installed, remember we're going to have to tighten that bolt while holding this open like that. Test out your door, go ahead and install these 10mm screws back in, and go ahead and drop your window and make sure to raise your frame back up so you could see where this is. Window alignment, just make sure your glass is all the way near the back edge of this rail. Tighten up these bolts. Make sure to install your door pull and your flasher light. So once you have your light in and all your back panel stuff in, make sure that this cord stays up top, otherwise it can get caught underneath. And then we're gonna go ahead and put the door card up here, making sure this pin goes into the door there. Install the clips around the door and the 3 Phillips heads in here. And then you can install your door switch and then go ahead and snap that in like that. And then go ahead and put the panel here. And don't forget your 4 T20s. 1, 2, 3 under the door and then 1 up here. Good drive.